Hey, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be planting up some sunflower seeds. Now, I've kind of got the spot here in the camera so you can kind of see. It kind of looks a little bit weird, but the place that I'm putting this is kind of in a spot so that when people come into the yard, you can see our driveway. It's going to kind of be like my welcome to my yard flowers. They should grow about 5 to 7 feet behind this big rock that we have kind of set up, and they should look really pretty. They get lots of sun here so they can follow the sun during the day, and we're going to be planting them up directly into the soil here. So I don't normally plant directly into the soil here in my yard. If you've heard me talk about it before, I have so much quackgrass that any kind of flower beds that I try to get going directly in the ground, I fight all summer long pulling out quackgrass, and it just takes up a lot of my time. So I plant most of my flowers, vegetables in containers, but I want to do these sunflowers here in the ground because I've done them in containers and they are really hard to get out. I used my 30-gallon tubs last year to put some sunflowers in, and they are really hard to pull out in the fall or the spring. So we are going to go back to direct sowing here. It's just a small area. I think I can keep the weeds under control, the grass, and you can't really tell here, but it's very sandy. That's another thing I battle here in my yard is sandy soil. So I'm going to top it up with some of my sifted compost from my compost pile, plus I got some aged manure in here that I also sifted. So it's nice and fine and loose, and if I can mix it in with the sand of my natural native soil here, I think it should make it a very nice little spot for some sunflowers to grow. So I'm just going to kind of work that in with the sand. I'm going to also top it up with some of this Gaia Green Power Bloom. Just put a little handful of this organic fertilizer in, give the soil a little boost. So you can see this is the kind of battle that I have here with quackgrass. They have, can't remember what kind of roots those are, but as you can see, the grass grows up, the root grows sideways, so they can just stretch all through your garden bed and cause so much havoc, and they're really hard to pull out. So I'm trying to get rid of as much of this quackgrass right now and try to keep it under control all summer. So I'm going to be planting this variety of sunflowers. And another thing about them is they don't really like to be transplanted. They're kind of like peas or sweet peas, where they really don't like having their roots disturbed. So if you can direct sow them, that is the best way to plant them. And they recommend in the spring, when the soil's starting to warm up, is the best time to get them into the ground. So this is just a tall branching mix. So there's going to be a nice variety of different colors that grow about, it says here, they will get 5 to 7 feet. They should mature in about 65 days. So as you can see, I got a whole bunch of different types of seeds. They're not super big, so that usually means the heads on them aren't going to be super large. They're not going to be like a mammoth or anything too big. So I think this will make a nice, attractive arrangement for anybody to see when they're coming into my yard. So they recommend that you plant them about 1/2 inch deep and about 6 to 12 inches apart from each other. So I'm going to try to follow that. I usually overseed everything because stuff, doesn't always grow, doesn't always germinate. I have issues with gophers and chipmunks that may get in here and find these seeds and, get to them before they germinate. So I have a lot of things that I am battling against. So overseeding is usually the way I go, and then can always thin out if needed later. So I'm just kind of pushing them in with my finger a little bit, and then kind of lightly cover them up. Put a little bit more of my compost here on top. Then we will just water it in real good. So germination usually takes about 7 to 10 days. And I'm going to also put just a light layer of crushed up leaves on top as a mulch, just to help keep the weeds down, control moisture. So hopefully by midsummer, I will have some beautiful sunflowers here following the morning sun, heading to the south during the day, and just making a really nice showcase for people coming into my yard all during the summer. So if you haven't already done so, grab some sunflowers and plant some up in your yard. Thanks for watching.